So guys, welcome to this session, one more session with niche marketers. And this time we brought Mr. Raghav, who is actually a founding team member of Zupain. Because I was writing in founder. So founding team member of Zupain, and Zupain is like kind of Shopify kind of a app where any business who want to go online, sell online, they can actually use their app, list their products and sell everything. And interestingly, one more thing, what is more interesting with this specific app is they're not only like uh, just enabling someone to sell online. They're also trying to bridge the gap of means marketing gap. Like these businesses actually struggle with marketers, getting marketers, no? So these people are also want to connect marketers with these business owners, or maybe engage them for marketing activities. So this is a very good opportunity where the company itself, like Zupain, the founder himself, the founding member himself, is saying that we want to enable like connections, like good marketers, freelancers who want to work with e-commerce brands, come and list themselves, and also see what are all the synergies existing. So before we talk much deeper into this, I would like to just give a brief intro about Raghav in my words. Like Raghav is into, he has worked with the, Amazon, he has worked with Misho, because you all know this Amazon, everyone knows, and Misho also, it's very revolutionized the e-com space and online selling space. So he has been there with big giants, and now he has launched this, and he has a bigger plans for Zupain. And when I had actually met with him, I felt that, oh, like it's like the right person doing the very important thing right now, which is needed, because there are all apps out of there, Shopify, and all the non-Indian apps and all. That's how the things are there. So I like this thing. So his platform and everything is there. So I thought I wanted to introduce Zupain to our community, because Raghav is thinking in terms of possibilities for marketers as well. Like not only a work part, also affiliates. If possible, someone is interested to be an affiliate of Zupain also, that opportunity also. Because some of the people who joined here, some of them are seniors, some of them are juniors. I know some of them personally. And some of them who will be watching the recording might be also maybe at different levels. So I'm just giving out a basic hint of what we can expect from this session. And also I will ask now Raghav to introduce himself and share a bit about him, and then start with the presentation. And one more thing, sorry for that. One more thing, if you have any specific questions, you can just put in the chat box. We'll take up as and when now it's possible. Thank you. Yeah, Raghav, please.
Yeah, thanks, Govardhan, for that introduction. Slightly, exaggerated in terms of the introduction. You have marketed me well. Okay, so like Govardhan mentioned, my name is Raghav, and like every Indian youngster, I also fell for the prey of becoming an engineer, but never become an engineer. Okay, by degree, I'm an engineer, but I never knew how to even, connect a fuse. Okay, because I was called electrical engineer, but I don't know everything sort of. So MBA was an accident. So I took MBA just because there is nothing else to do in life. So my mom told, if you do MBA, you'll get a good girl in your life, because being MBA has a good level in the society. That's how I started MBA. But eventually MBA is something that changed my life. So after MBA, I joined Colgate Palmolive as a management intern, and then went on to drive sales, because IT is something I never thought. Because I always imagined tech is something I should never take it. Because in 2009, when I graduated from engineering, recession happened and nobody was called off. So I was very depressed, because I was actually taking my collars off, and I was telling, you know what, at third year I got placed. At fourth year I was jobless. So that's how it happened. But today I stand in front of you guys all running a tech company, but I was not interested in tech at all. I got opportunity in tech also when I was doing MBA, but still I didn't take it because I don't want to do tech. So that's why I took sales, because I like traveling. 10 years of journey. I don't know how it went so fast. Colgate is something that started journey, and then I went to and back kind of joined an Amazon, spent 3 years, and joined Meesho, spent 2 years, and started doing something, and nothing happened. Again, joined a company called Savio as a director. Then I was always thinking to do something on this, and there was always a noise that startups, and people around us are talking startups. It was, I think, it was a glamorous. If you go to any cafe centers in Bangalore, it is always startups. So let's. I was also thinking let's start a startup, but it's not glamour as it's inside. It's also boring. I will talk about that later. Okay, so coming to the topic, also I think over there I just wanted to mention about Shopify. Also, there are a lot of people tell about Shopify and all those things. I just clear that out towards the end. How different are we? Because in social media, there are Twitter, there is a Twitter, there is this LinkedIn, there is this Facebook,
Facebook.
Instagram. Everybody is a social media, but everything has its own objective. So similarly, we have a different objective altogether. Cool.
Yeah.
With that long introduction, I'll start. So we're gonna talk about why social sellers are the next big thing for freelancers today. So that's going to be a topic for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So so this presentation is going to have who's a social seller, a brief history of what social selling is. We're going to talk about market size, the numbers, right? We're going to talk about changing consumer behaviors. We're going to talk about scope. What is it for me, at least for you inside your angle? How is Zupain solving, and how are freelancers going to be benefit from Zupain Select? Okay. So
Zupain Select
before
was
moving,
interesting to say.
yeah, right. So before going, I would like to point out what is a social seller, right? A social seller is someone who promotes his business or service in social media. It can be on YouTube, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Facebook. So I would like to ask this question. You guys can chat or you can just voice it out. How many of you guys purchased anything or shopped anything in social media? You guys have purchased anything through WhatsApp? You see a lot of people using WhatsApp sending images, right? Okay. More than you have purchased it. Okay. Like she's saying Instagram, nice. Anyone else have used social media to buy any sort of product or service?
Remaining are
Nice.
selling on Facebook. Remaining are selling on Facebook for their clients. They're not purchasing.
Okay. So it's more of a supply platform, not a demand. Cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, definitely everyone would have purchased. I think definitely. Like anyone now, if you got the question, what Raghav is trying to ask is like, you have purchased anything which you saw on social media, no? Through social media, like Facebook, you
social
saw
media,
something like that.
WhatsApp.
Through WhatsApp also, if it is there. Like how many of you have actually purchased something? I'm sure everyone would have purchased. Now we are getting one more yes, and Instagram. I think आजकल Instagram ज़्यादा चल रहा है Instagram का.
So we
Satish says lots most Portronics Portronics products via Insta.
nice. So we
Interesting.
coined them as social seller because they use social media to promote their business. So that's why we coined them as social seller.
Hmm.
And so coming to the business size. So before going to the business, just I was looking at the history, how this entire thing started. So if you look at history altogether, I think Orkut was becoming famous. Uh, then eventually they transformed into Facebook. I don't know whether Facebook would have never imagined that they will become a platform where people start buying, right? Those were initially started to actually communicate with each other, but eventually the communication become commerce, right? So
Hmm.
just to reflect history, you guys have better understanding about social media than me. Yes, it's just over the flow. So late 2000, the social media started, and it was initially started as a networking platform, and though they started making a lot of revenue. That's why most of us are making bread and butter, right? That become bread and butter for a lot of. Then what happened is they started coming with shop and commerce solutions, and eventually they started incentivizing content makers. Today, YouTube people make a lot of money by not only becoming influencers but also through making contents by views and all those things. But if you look at social selling, it happened towards 2008 and 2009 when Facebook started its marketplace. I would always call this Web 2.0.
Hmm.
And the most important thing when we spoke about to the users, or users, I mean the person who is using the social media, right? One of the astonishing thing is they tell it's a free to use. There's no payment that is required, right? And
Hmm.
most other important factor is all about content and communication. They can put as many content as possible. There's no much of a restriction unless it is adultery or if something which is actually violating laws of the social media. Then a lot of content will just put across. Because if you look at Amazon or Flipkart or Meesho, there is always a limitation towards the content, right? And they have their own formats. But however, in social media, there are a lot of formats that we can actually do it. So that's when the social selling, I believe, it has started all the way, right? So this is the stats. India is around 53 crores of WhatsApp users, 45 crores of YouTube. Facebook has come 41. I think now Instagram would have much more got more customers than the other platforms. But look at the dominance, right? Dominance of these players. Meta alone takes a major hold. Whereas if you look at Amazon, which is so much investment they made, they have not got so much customers in their platform. So that's the power of social media. That's why the social media is so easy to adapt. Like you have mentioned, like a lot of people have booked dog services through Insta as well. So the popularity adoption is much more higher. So that's why this become much more useful platform for people selling in these kind of channels.
It's easy to start a platform also.
Right. Perfectly told. Right. So I think most of you guys you would have anyway used Facebook and Instagram. Anybody has clients who are actually wants to promote their product or service in social media? Anybody has any sort of clients?
Yeah, Purnima
Okay,
says
Purnima
yes.
says yes.
Shashank says yes.
Okay, great. So you guys know, right? So what is the power of this social media? And the best thing about this media is like any Tom, Dick, and Harry can just create an ad,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? Whereas if you want to create a Google ad, there's a lot of process involved. You have to create an ad account. You have to go through a multiple process. But here it is very easy. You can just boost your post or you can do whatever you want. That's the
Hmm.
power of the platforms.
Hmm. Hmm.
So now comes the important fact, right? What is the market size of this media? Today, 8 crore people use social media to actually sell their products. And that is like 6% of the population. What I have, this 8 crore consists of the resellers, sellers, all sort of brands, right? And 1.5 crores of WhatsApp businesses actually downloaded today in India. This data is low, I don't have latest data, but this is the data that I refer to,
But
right?
it's still surprising to actually see like 8 crore users are selling on social media. Like,
Yeah, any sort of product, basic product. How many of you, the moment you saw the data, this looks like a huge market, or do you think it's not a surprising fact for me? Can you just answer in the chat box?
for me, it looks like a huge thing. Like 8 crores people selling on social media. I can't. This number is shocking to me basically. Means 8 crore people, I feel 8 crore people are just buying on social media. They're not selling. So the
No, no.
yeah, Purnima is saying so she's surprised.
Anybody has felt that? Yeah,
That's
right.
huge. That's huge. Yeah.
So that's the data that we have. 8 crore people use the social media to do any sort of a sale. They can be reseller, they can be a seller, they can be an affiliate. There are a lot, right? That's the that's the reason why we started Zupain.
Hmm.
We saw a potential here, and I'm gonna cover that facts in upcoming slides. Now coming to the next biggest thing, right? Look at how influencers are making money. Today a normal person who was just making a videos of some sort of finance. I've seen this lot of people, like for example, I've just saw content which Saran Hegde had posted, right? 3 years before he was no one, right? Today, these people have become a brand ambassadors and they charge a significant value for the content they just represent. Influencers are becoming huge. What I'm saying is these influencers get collab with a lot of brands, emerging brands, and people are spending crazy amount of money. I don't have a stats around it because nobody has documented stats. Right? Look at small brands. Yesterday I was talking to one brand. He was saying that, sir, I spend 15,000 per month for YouTube, not posting ads. He was talking about vloggers. He pays 15,000 rupees who just comes to the store, just gives a walkaway of what are the products available in the store, and he will be paid 15,000 rupees. And what he does, no skills. Look at marketers like you. You guys have learned how to do marketing and all those things. Whereas these influencers have just emerged with the revolution that is happening in social media.
They're going with the flow.
Right. That's why the trend has changed. Right.
Yeah.
So this is just a sample of how social media is actually moving to the evolution of creating a small sample stores. But most of the people are not aware of such thing happening. Very few people are privileged to actually get these features. For example, if you look at JioMart has this feature of WhatsApp shop. But my question to here is, can someone promote the store? My question to you is, can someone promote a WhatsApp store anywhere?
Okay. WhatsApp store is not promotable, no? It's not possible.
I'm just asking the crowd because you guys are better in terms of.
Definitely. Not sure. No, I guess no.
In fact, it's no. You cannot promote it because you have to make people to come to your store, go to catalogs. It's a very lengthy process. While WhatsApp has made our life convenient, but the buying is still a problem because the UI is made like that.
Yeah.
The UI was initially made
meant for that. Yeah.
Correct. But still somehow these people wanted to
capture that,
make the habits into actions, but still they fail. The reason being is they started using WhatsApp UPI, then materialize. Again, WhatsApp shop, people are using, but not effectively. Right? Same happened with Instagram. How many of you guys know there is a feature called Instagram shop? Anyone has heard about Instagram shop?
Instagram shop is there, but not for all in India. No?
Correct.
Like it's only for few brands.
Correct. So I'm going to put the next question. I think thanks Priya for giving that answer. My second question is, does a common man know how to create an Instagram shop?
See, it's like, if anybody is interested, they can learn and they can do. It's not a rocket science as well. But yeah, it's not available only, then, it's no point of discussing that. But it's not a rocket science. Like they have made everything so easy. So in foreign, all the other brands, even the solopreneurs, so they are used to, do the setup like that. So I don't think so there is a very, knowledge is required and things like that. It would be easy when it comes to India as well for all the other brands.
Right. Surprisingly, I just met one user a week back. So when I was going for market work, he was saying that I need an online store at any cost. I was saying we can definitely create one, but he was saying that I was fed up with Instagram.
Okay.
Why did you get fed up? Because Instagram, because of some reasons, they have blocked his account.
Hmm. Hmm.
So whatever his work has been done, it's gone for a one day. So
Pause.
the reason why am I telling is,
Hmm.
people can have Instagram presence, people can have Facebook, they can have stores across, but the control is with someone else.
Yeah, possible. That's true. That's true. It's happening.
But if you look at Indian, business owners,
Hmm.
they always do not want someone to control them. I'll give you some surprising facts, right? Today, e-commerce has around 20 lakh sellers. Any
Okay.
guesses how many of the sellers are active and does 10 plus orders a day? Take a guess.
Okay. 20 lakhs total.
Nice. 20 lakh sellers are registered in
Ah,
e-commerce across all the platforms. I'm saying unique number. I'm not saying cumulative number. It's a unique number.
Shashank says 1% max.
So 1% is what? Okay. Anyone else?
I guess it should be at least 10%. उससे कम नहीं होना चाहिए.
Okay. Anyone else with some guys, let's put a guess.
Question.
It's not. I'm not going to.
You should repeat the question.
I'm saying India has 20 lakh registered sellers in e-commerce, which is Amazon, Meesho, or Flipkart, and all these things put together.
Yeah,
Any marketplace. I'm saying how many of the sellers are actively transacting 10 plus orders a day?
कम से कम 10 ऑर्डर होना चाहिए. That's what he's asking.
Yeah.
How many of them
Minimum
do
10 orders.
out of 20 lakh sellers? I think 1% and Srikanth said 30%.
Okay.
And
I think
others
Shashank has nailed. Launching e-commerce marketplace as a freelancer easy, but consistency no.
Shashank is
Because
also in quite some time in the market e-com space. Yeah.
the reason why I'm saying this point has a correlation between the point I mentioned earlier, which is Indian business owners doesn't want anyone to control them.
Yeah.
In fact, what Shashank has mentioned is right. It was less 1%. It is between 1% to 2%.
Oh, he's correct.
Right. So rest 98% are not potential. No. Or no high intent. No. The problem is sometimes the guidelines of e-commerce are so confusing and so dominating. These people fail to understand or fail to go with the flow, or they've been impacted because of some of the principles.
Yeah.
So that's why the reason the activists will come down so low.
Okay.
Well, let's move to the next slide. So this is the latest survey which is conducted by HubSpot. This trend is emerging. Okay. So previously, if you would have checked like 5-6 years before, if somebody wants to shop a product, they'll first Google it. Today, that trend is changing. Today, people are looking at Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp to start by. I think some of our people who are just answered the question, right? They have purchased in Instagram, WhatsApp, and all those things. This trending is changing, and this trend is actually moving at a higher pace. The reason being, you get live responses. You look at testimonials, you look at influencers, a lot of actions happening, a lot of content which is easy to consume as well as to update.
Yeah.
So that's the reason social media is important when it comes to the e-commerce perspective. I just wanted to take a quick feedback about how easy it is to run a Google ads as a social media ads. As a marketer, I guess you guys have better answer than me because you day in, day out do this, right?
Google Ads versus social media ads. Okay. Social ads is easy.
That's what Aparna says. Thanks, Aparna. Anyone else? I guess you are living with this, right? Day in, day out. You always see this CACs. What is that? ROI. I don't know a lot of the terminologies. I don't even understand.
Yeah. Not everyone is a
CTR.
CTR. Yeah. CTR comes in Google Ads.
CTR.
Everywhere it comes. Learn on one platform, others are just a copy. Actually, marketers, most of the marketers have an opinion that Google Ads, Facebook Ads all have a similar kind of this thing, but maybe you may have something to add to that. That's the reason you put that slide up.
No, I just wanted to just take their views before I put my opinions, because there might be opinions as well, right?
Yeah, like right now, Shashank says like he thinks one platform you learn, others are similar. Just a terminology change. That's what he thinks.
No, I'm not. I'm going to repeat this question. It's not about learning. I'm just saying using it. How easy to use.
Okay. You mean to say Google Ads versus social ads? How easy it's to implement or
Use.
to implement?
As a common man, which is more as I'm a common man. Forget about your marketeer. I am a common man, which is easy for me just to start.
See, for a common man, obviously social media ads, it would be easy, and they do just boosting. Even they don't do the ads, they just do the boosting. Okay, this is the ads for them, like that.
Right.
And Facebook
Yeah.
simply says that now Facebook gives credit of 300 rupees to boost your Instagram post. They say you use this 300 rupees to boost your Instagram post. Straight away बटन दबाओ तो हो जाता है. ऐसा लगता है ये बटन दबाने से हो जाता है. फिर 4-5 स्टेप लेके आएगा, it's there.
Right. The fact is, as an opinion, for the last 10 years, I was away from social media. In fact, I'm the only person, and I was in college, who was against our code, because I generally don't believe on social media. If a person can talk in front of you, why would I do it in a dark room, right? So just because I've come to the business, I started my social media account. I started my LinkedIn. I started my Instagram. That's the person I am. Where a person like me can run ad without even knowing what it is. Because when I was in Amazon, I learned digital marketing. I was doing a course like in 2015-16, which didn't have much more this tech revolution happening. I was studying on my own and all those things. But for me, from that point of view, plus what I learned today, social media is just like that. It's a click. So that's what I felt. Because since most of the business owners are common man, right? They're not very tech heavy. That's the reason I had put this.
Yeah, that's true.
So now all this are done. Okay, so let's talk about Zupain. It's time for us to talk about Zupain. But before that, like I mentioned, social sellers are someone who promotes or makes business in social media, selling or promoting their services or business, right? So all said and done. Sorry, I just skipped the file. All said and done, we just observe the life of a social seller. What is happening is, first, they load a lot of actions. Today, I think people who have told that they purchased products from social media, I will take a bet you would have not closed any single transaction with just one message. Is it right or wrong?
Yeah, retargeting, remarketing.
I'm saying, like, I like the product. If I'm going to Instagram, I like the product. I cannot buy it in single action. I have to DM the person. The person has to repeat DM. I have to ask for availability. I have to, again, they'll say that a product is available. Then I'll ask for the color or size or whatever it is. Then I ask for cash on delivery, and they send the payment link. Again, I pay them, and again they send the shipment links. And most of them I actually forget also. I have seen certain customers have told, you know what, I forgot that I ordered a product through Instagram. So people tend to forget, right? Because they don't have any tracking mechanism. There is nothing in front of you to remind you that this product is coming today. Because your e-commerce has sophisticated your life so easy that you get reminders every now and then saying that your product is there, product is here, product is on your doorstep and all those things, right? So the problem here for the Instagram or WhatsApp sellers that they have to do at least 5 to 10 communications, right, to just do one transaction, which means more actions and lesser output. I'm just taking a quick feedback for all people who have purchased or avail any sort of services through Instagram. Have you ever closed it in 1 or 2 discussions? Please share your views in your comments in the chat.
Actually,
Anything through WhatsApp?
I think generally it becomes very skeptical. I generally avoid doing that. When I see something on Instagram or WhatsApp or anywhere, though it looks very tempting, I try to avoid because I feel like, is this a legit business or not? There are many questions which comes up, like that challenge is there. Especially trust issue, I think. And some time ago, I think like 5-6 years ago, someone used to take us to Amazon is trusted marketplace. So you easily purchase. You take us to a personal website. I feel it is like tough to believe initial stages. Understand this new website is there. How much good are they? Will they do it or not? That was there. But now we are slowly getting habituated to purchase on the brand's website, because brand has also got some social proof where all things are attached to that website and all those information is there. They're able to verify the brand. That is my point. Again, I would like to hear from others, like what do they think. I think people who want to talk from now, I think it's better you can switch on the mic and talk, because from now it's going to be more interactive.
Right.
Is there? Yeah. Anyone wants to add to this, like what Raghav was actually asking is like, how many of you actually purchased on Instagram or WhatsApp? Means just they don't have a website. He's talking about that case where the brand doesn't have any website. They're just trying to sell through WhatsApp or through Instagram, where you have to inquire about the product and all. That's what the question is.
And how was the experience? That's just.
I didn't get.
How was the purchase experience?
Yeah, for me, I think that is. Yeah, someone is talking. Purchase, I think it's not good. And I did it once, I think. जो एक बंदा कानपुर से leather का कुछ भेज रहा था, leather belt या leather something. I felt product is pretty interesting. थोड़ा सा होता ना something. You have got some interesting design, अच्छा है, interesting. It's not.
Correct.
I tried it, and what I thought is the product cost is like 500 rupees or something like that. 500 total 1,000 rupees का है cost. Then he added some delivery charges like 150 to 100 rupees. I thought, I'm not sure if I'll get these products or not. Let me give it a try. That was the experience. But it is like it took some time. Transactions, the number of transactions, the number of steps involved are definitely more. It's not so easy.
Correct.
But what tempted me is like the product was a bit different. थोड़ा सा हटके unique है थोड़ा. That's what I felt.
Correct.
That's what made me took the risk.
And you cannot find those kind of products in Amazon. That's the interesting part.
Easily नहीं मिलता कभी-कभी ऐसा होता है ना, क्योंकि Amazon में there are so many brands, but many products don't get lost in that ocean. They're covered on the back. They don't come to the front. Google का first page जैसा है. I think someone is adding something to that. Habit has been okay, especially dependency is a lot on the seller. Varu says has been okay, especially dependency is a lot on the seller. Dependency in the sense, Varu, what do you mean by that? Did you get it, Raghav?
I got that.
What?
Because she's trying to say that there are a lot of communication has to come from the seller rather than from us, because he has to send the updates under where the product is. In case if the product is not good, then again the experience of the returns is much more worrying compared to a normal e-commerce day.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'll move to the next important problem. See, pandemic has made a lot of people to move from offline to online. A lot of people open Instagram page, Facebook page. They open, in fact, some of the people have even started YouTube and all those things, right? But the fact is, they reached from 0 to 3,000 followers by requesting their friends, relatives to follow and all those things. If you look at the first 100 or 200 or 500 followers, it will be mostly their friends, families, and families friends or friends fans, right? They would have thought that, what, I started something and I got 500 followers. And today, if you look at after 2 years or 3 years of the business, they'll be stuck with from 500 to 1,000 followers or maybe 2,000 followers. They don't know what to do to go beyond, right? Neither the homepage doesn't look much good, or whatever they try to do the ads, right, in social media, because everyone I spoke to them have at least done ads. That's the reason I asked you why, which is very easy. Either it is Google ads or social media ads. Everyone has done, but everyone has done it a wrong way. Everyone is thinking that if you do a Reels boost, they'll get 100 orders. That's what the mentality is. Now they have seen that there's nothing going to happen. It needs certain type of a way the advertising has to be done.
Yeah.
Or ads has to be done. That's why I always call them as 0 to 1 stage. For me, 0 is someone moving from offline to online, which is the stage number 1, which is can be social media and all those things. 1 to 10 is where they get the next level of business, which they become a brand, a small sort of a brand. Okay. Now the last is, this is more interesting. I need a lot of your engagement here. How many of you guys have seen, customers coming to your clients, coming to you saying, what, ma'am, I want my website to be on the first page of Google. How many of you guys seen such cases? Ma'am, when somebody, or ma'am or sir, when somebody searches my product, I have to be first in the Google results. I know a lot of people have done it. A lot of people have seen it. A lot of people have definitely.
How many don't ask that? Always. Samir says always. Yeah. And Satish says,
Right.
You should ask how many don't ask that. Okay. That's interesting.
Okay. The fact is, lot of sellers, a lot of business people don't know what Google is. They don't know how Google operates, right? They see some product, they see somebody's website, and then they think, okay, good, if somebody comes to me for digital marketing, I will have to ask this, right? And they think it's a job, 1-day job like this. Okay, I'll pay, sir, I will pay 500 rupees per day. You have to make my product at the first page. That's what I've seen people doing.
You have to put me there.
Sir, I'll give you 500 rupees. I'll give you 1,000 rupees per day. You know what? I'll give 1,000 rupees per day. And I want my website to be in the first page. How many of you guys at least heard such things? Or if I have to put it like what Satish asked, how many of you, not your clients, have not asked such things?
I think it happens. Most of the clients, they simply worry about that specific kind of actions. Yeah.
The reason why I'm asking this is, it's not the case with social sellers. Social sellers are someone who have at least in their lifetime, they have done some sort of a boosting, some sort of influencer collab, some sort of advertisement they would have spent, and they know what is the impact of advertisement, and they know what if I spend X, I know for the fact I can only get Y.
Okay.
Right? This is the best thing. And this is worst thing also. The reason why I tell worst thing is because they know the facts, some sort of basic facts. You cannot actually fool them. They know some sort of stuff. If you're going to say, you know what, your Reels, if you boost for Reels, the payment is 1,000 rupees. They'll say, no, last time I did, it only 800 rupees. Okay, sir, 800 rupees is the ad cost, 200 is my service charge. Why would you actually do a service charge if it's just a single action? So the more they say, right, you can actually tolerate ignorant. You can actually tolerate a brilliant. but you cannot tolerate half ignorant and half brilliant.
Yeah.
So that's where the social guys will fall into picture, and that's where the scope lies also. Because unlike your normal business seller, you cannot expect such shitty questions. At least you can get a decent expectations. Cool.
Yeah.
So now I'll tell you what Zupain is trying to solve. So Zupain, like Govardhan has introduced us as Shopify. Yes, as a baseline, we are almost, the concept is going to be same. We create an online store, but we are going to create an online store that a social seller would like. Because today we are at a base product. Tomorrow we have inbuilt social media scheduler. You can post from our Zupain tool. So there is a live launch which is going to happen in next Friday, this Friday, where you can design your store using Adobe Express without even getting out of the store.
What's it?
I saw
Adobe?
Adobe Express. Adobe Express. I saw someone telling me in Shopify, they have run a Shopify store, right? So it can, in Shopify store, you have to use Canva or some sort of a tools which you can have to design it outside, and then you have to upload it in the Shopify store for your banners and all these things, right?
As products, you're talking about product images or something else?
Yes, I'm saying product, not product images. For online store, you have to create banners, right? Attractive banners, attractive catalogs. Your product images is different. Let's say banners which will have attractive captions and all those things. Those can be created inside our store using Adobe Express, which you have integrated.
Okay, Adobe Express inside your store means someone has to use their Adobe license to use that, or how does it work?
It's free.
Okay.
I'll give a demo once I think people are showing interest.
Yeah.
So that's going to, because if I start giving demo, it's going to be a 2-hour session. I don't want a late Shivratri kind of a situation.
No, actually, right? We are not what we say. No, we may want to have a basic brief of how it is different. Yeah. That will work for now. Yeah.
So in a nutshell, if I have to tell, like if you use Wix, right? If somebody would have used Wix, so if they have to upload a banner, they have to create a banner. Either they have to create from Canva or Adobe Express and then upload that in the Wix or any sort of a platforms. Right here, you need not to get out of the platform. You can just use from the platform and design all those things. You don't have to get out of the platform to create all those things.
Okay.
So that's one thing. And also we are integrating WhatsApp inside the admin tool so that you get messages, you get all those things inside the tool.
Okay.
So those are something which social sellers love. So we are doing that. So in a nutshell, I think we are creating an online store, just an instant online store like everybody does. Also, the second point is super important for you guys. That's why we are all here, which is called Zupain Select. In Zupain Select, what we're trying to build is what Fiverr has done for freelancers. The only difference between what Fiverr and Zupain Select is, in Zupain Select, we are not going to charge any commissions from you guys, neither from you nor from the user. You can list your service cost right from your store promotion or social media promotion, social media content management, social media beautification of the homepage, image cataloging, content, everything can be done. You can list your services. We're gonna show it to our users. If they like it, they will actually pay it, and we will pass on the lead to you. You can just start interacting.
That's
no commissions. So in Fiverr, you do the same sort of stuff. The only difference between Fiverr and us, again, I'm mentioning is those guys will charge you commissions, which is 20% of the value that you are going to mention. Yahan pe we're not going to charge you not even a single rupee.
Yeah. You don't charge, and you also are actually, because it's not too big, it's not too much crowded. The access between these two people is going to be higher. Like access to each other is going to be higher, the business owners as well as the freelancers, for both the people.
Right. The other exciting thing is someone has come to an online store. That's a stage 10. I would always say from 1 to 10 they have done. The next journey is always going to be promotion.
Hmm.
Because they are here to create an online store is because they wanted to promote their brand or service, which needs someone to handhold them,
Hmm.
someone to guide them on how to increase the reach, how to increase the followers. Everything is someone would need to. The only thing they would need is an affordable rate to begin with.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that's why we thought of this model as a no commission model.
Yeah.
Okay. So the third solution is going to be much more exciting and interesting. What we are doing is we are creating a discovery platform for them, which means I have 1,000 stores with me. All the 1,000 stores content will be published to an app which is called Infinity. There we give traffic in terms of the content for their content.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's like Amazon or Flipkart. The only difference is we are going to be a discovery platform and we are not a transaction. So once it's going to be like I can see all these products in my app, and if they like it, they can click and that it will direct them to the Zupain store.
Okay. You will be like Amazon, but whenever you click a product, that will go to the individual store. Whoever is actually.
Correct.
Okay. So that
It's more
also
of a
like
traffic driving,
that also becomes like a affiliate this thing.
right?
Okay. That's an interesting one.
Again there will be a lot of engagement that these business owners will actually look out from the freelancers. The reason being is for a product to be given a proper content, they needs again a good hand holding.
Hmm.
So that's when we are looking for this program to evolve. That's why we thought between that Infinity as a program, which is the discovery platform, and an online store, we thought of bringing Zupain Select, which will help the users or business owners to go to the next level.
Okay. Yeah. But this Jupin Infinity looks like to me right now, it's a combination of Shopify plus Amazon.
Yes.
Is it sounding like that? Yeah. That's what is the.
Yeah. Correct. That's the thing.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Because Shopify stores can't be like you can't search them all at one place. It's individual stores.
Correct.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
So, like I mentioned, say no to commissions. All interested leads, we will give it to you. Give it to you in the sense they look at your services, they look at their cost. If they like it, they're gonna add your product. They're gonna add your service. That lead is gonna come to you. You are just going to handle it.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Cool. Uh, with that, I just end my the entire session. I always believe on this. If we are not going to make a dent, who else will gonna do that?
That's interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, Raghav, I think now we should open it to the people. Yeah, you
Yeah.
already put the slide. Like now, what are all the discussion? Because here I think the combination of people, some of them are quite senior, no? quite into the business. I know Shashank is into e-commerce from quite some time, and Priya
Okay.
also is into e-com from quite some time. And there are a few other guys uh, who are like maybe exploring e-commerce. So guys, we can talk on this thing. What any questions are there like now? How is it going to impact, or what do you think? Like Priya, anything like from your viewpoint, like not just questions, anything you want to share on this model? What do you think?
No. So I think I was still, trying to understand exactly what the whole Zupain is all about. So correct me if I'm wrong. So there are three legs of your business. First is the store, the SaaS model you are selling to businesses. Second is the
Right.
marketplace, like a discovery thing that you are creating so that, multiple stores can have a visibility out there. And third is
Right.
something like a Fiverr for Fiverr or Shopify partners like we have. So that is the kind of community of services that you are building around that thing. So these are the three legs to make a ecosystem what you're looking for.
Correct. And whatever
Yeah.
we are building for, like Fiverr, is going to be exclusive for the users of us, and we are not exposing to others.
Okay, so the Zupain store. So you are planning something on the lines how Shopify or other SaaS for market for e-commerce. Is that what you are planning for?
Can you just be very specific in terms of that question? I know it's a good question, but I just need a couple of insights so that I can narrow down the answer.
No. So the Zupain store model is a SaaS model,
Correct.
like how the Shopify platform is giving you, like for monthly subscription fee.
Correct.
So that is the
Correct.
model that is for the businesses. Okay.
Correct. The only target audience here will be social sellers, which we organically bring in. The reason being is we are building all these tools for social. For example, tomorrow you'll see social media scheduler, social media content generator, where we'll pull insights from Instagram and then give them how many views have been done for your content. Tomorrow we'll have WhatsApp insight. Like I mentioned, WhatsApp is getting insight. So Shopify is for everyone. Okay, anyone wants to become online will do that. But today we are actually narrowing down only to the social selling community, where we felt there is no much more training required. All they need is some guidance.
Now, to add to what
Did I
Raghav is telling, let me bridge the gap of what Raghav is talking on the side of the like Priya. Like now, what I'm figuring out here is he's focusing on businesses which right now are only selling on WhatsApp or selling on Instagram. They don't have a store. So those people he is like trying to onboard now. The social sellers को इधर लेके आ रहा है and trying to make their business more sorted. And he's not trying to compete with Shopify क्योंकि Shopify का अलग level का है. Shopify can play with any kind of store, any level of store, कितना भी बड़ा है.
Correct.
But he is targeting on those sellers where they are just now started selling because they're actively selling on social. Now they want to make their job easy with all these tools and ecosystem which he's creating. That's what is this I got actually.
Okay, so your end audience is the resellers who do the reselling on Facebook groups and things like that. So they are not businesses.
दोनों है प्रिया, दोनों है, ऐसा नहीं.
So that I have an answer for this. The initial target audience is anybody selling their own business in their Instagram handle. That's going to be purely business. For like you asked for resellers, do we have a solution? We are building something for resellers as well. So that I'll cover in the demo. I think they were upcoming and you guys have shown interest in terms of how the demo, how the product was. I'll show you in a demo so that you understand what are we trying to build. And we are just 3 months old. I think we are just building the entire tool backend.
No,
And
I think
Shopify is like 20
Priya has got it. I think what maybe why are we confusing here is it's not like it's like Shopify only, but his focus or target audience is like people who are just right now selling on social. So we are onboarding them here and making their life easier to do the same promotion and everything through this platform. If I got it right, Raghav, is it the same way?
Right. Yeah. I think did I answer your question, Priya?
Priya is talking or like mute me up?
No. I got it. So sorry. I thought yeah.
You are on mute,
I'm
so
done.
we are
Yeah.
only hearing your head nodded.
No. I think I got what has been said. So yeah.
Yeah.
I'm done.
No, that's good. Like you asked your questions, Pooja, and I think with that only others, many people's thoughts will get clarified. Na? Like when we ask questions, then only things get clarified. That is helpful. I will see anyone else who wants to talk.
I think there's a question in the chat box.
How do I get the access to this? That's cool. How do I get access to this? We'll share the link. Raghav, what people need to do to actually register for Zupain Select?
So Varalakshmi is someone who's handling the community. So she'll get in touch with all the folks who are interested. She'll roll out a form where people can show the interest, and followed by we'll create a schedule on a demo, and then we'll take it forward. So
No,
by the
better,
way, we
no,
already
better,
started selling.
no, better. Why don't you right now share your number, WhatsApp or something, so that they can send a simple message. Zupain select to you.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you can follow
correct.
up with it. That will be more easier because definitely we'll send a follow up emails and all. But right now, if someone is there, yeah, that's great. That's a WhatsApp.
Yeah. Again, WhatsApp.
So anyone who's interested to sign up now, you can send a WhatsApp to this message number with the keyword Zupain select, or you simply write Zupain also is okay. They will understand. That's a key. That's a code word.
No, I
Aparna
think
is
you can
asking
use
one more
this.
question. Yeah.
Is this tool have automations like email and SMS? Like this is for order notification or is it for the promotion, Aparna?
Maybe I think she's asking for the purpose of automation, order notifications only, I guess.
So like I mentioned,
She wrote
email is,
order.
so we don't use SMS and order, SMS and email, we use WhatsApp. The
Oh,
fact why we're using WhatsApp is the behaviors and habits are towards social media. So we wanted to use that. Today, if you make an order, you get a WhatsApp notification both to the customer as well as the user. For user, it says like there is an order placed in your store. For a customer, it'll come as your order is actually placed in the respect XYZ store in the WhatsApp.
so but for that, the businesses has to have WhatsApp API or something like that.
No, so WhatsApp is something that if they want to have their own number as a notification, it will come at a cost.
Hmm.
But currently, we use our WhatsApp number to give the notifications.
So your
The
WhatsApp,
common Zupain WhatsApp number.
it goes as official Zupain number, not like a
Yes,
virtual
yes,
random number name.
correct, correct. It's the official number.
Okay, then I think that's solving a very interesting purpose because
If
people
they
have.
if they want, if the user wants or seller wants their own number to that, it's a cost. I think we have integrated certain tools that can give that enablement.
Okay. Yeah, that is possible. Otherwise, also, like, no, that is there. But
Right.
right, but for someone who don't want to do that, that is the possibility.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, correct.
Okay, that's interesting. Anyone who wants to talk, no, better to talk if anything is there, because I'm not sure if everyone has understood the total concept of what we're talking. Like Priya को भी थोड़ा समय लगा समझने में. Anyone who wants to talk now, better. It's always good to talk so that now it is easier for us to answer and exchange. The communication will be much easier. So ultimately, if we want to sum it up now, because Raghav is talking, he's talking in marketers language, but still I feel like he's more on the side of that language where he's talking more to the founders or business owners. I'll tell that like it's like you get an access to. I'll tell you in simple words, two lines. What is that Zupain is offering marketers? It is offering marketers exposure to 100 businesses, 100 e-commerce businesses, which can be potential clients. And
Right.
that 100 e-commerce businesses may become like 500,000 in coming sometime. So that is what I think Zupain is actually offering the marketers. So if you're able to understand that thing, then you figure out the importance of getting there, because the attention is there, and because it's like Zupain is adding the list of marketers. There is a certain level of trust which is already being built, because the businesses over there will be seeing you guys as like trustworthy marketers, not like they don't have many doubts now. Of course, the due diligence will be done by Zupain about what you can do, what you can't do. That's a different story. Like I am recently seeing that Shopify also is launching something similar this. अभी किया नहीं है करने वाला ऐसा कुछ Shopify partner या कुछ है. Some model I just came across 3 days ago. I'm not sure what it is. So this is something what Zupain is actually offering.
Right, Gordon, you've mentioned it right.
It's better we'll go for one demo. Yeah, please, Raghav, if you can just give a basic overview. I think Zupain Select is not yet built in, na? Is it built in already?
Correct. No, it's not built.
So
I can give an overview of a framework, which how it builds. Currently, it's going to be all manual, but eventually it's going to be like a Fiverr. Like I mentioned, Shopify has taken 20 years for them to build where they are. So we're just 3 months old. The
No,
only
obviously,
thing is we started with the good intent that we're gonna help the users with the right set of the influencers and freelancers who can build their store.
that makes sense. You're trying to actually handhold them because the stores, just building a store is not going to do anything.
Correct.
Like people think
And anyway,
Amazon, I list it on Amazon and Amazon will take care of my business.
yeah,
That's
that will
not
not
going
happen.
to happen.
That will not ever happen.
Yeah, peculiarly when I released an ebook, I wrote an ebook on diabetes, and I published it on Amazon Kindle, and
Okay.
I published it on my own platform, and I was promoting it through my email and all. And interestingly, initially I thought Amazon would sell me a lot more. I understood that finally it sold 25 copies. And through my channels and my platform, I sold 675 copies.
No.
Then I realized that no, nothing is going to happen. Amazon also
Correct. Correct.
promoting and all that. That is a different story. Then I realized later, like, how does the Amazon PPC work? Good, lot of stories. Like nowadays,
Correct. Correct. Correct.
that's a different niche actually again. Varlakshmi says something. Okay, she gave a number. Yeah, yeah, sure. I think people can note down the number and get in touch. You want to show the demo, Raghav?
Next session or just because
Yeah,
at the moment
yeah,
I
I do. Yeah, I think it will
show
take
demo,
time.
it's gonna help a lot of time.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's a demo, specific demo. But do you think you can show any store which is existing live store? We can access that instead of showing a demo inside the thing. Better to show one store which is live, which is being already there. That can also give some kind of, because maybe he's asking because he may want to suggest some of the client to use it, possible, because not every
Yeah,
market
just
is trying to. Yeah, this is a store, your store.
yeah. This is, you see this?
Yeah, iShopping is built on this Zupain's platform.
Yeah. So this is, they have actually, the client had an has a unique, way of selling. So they told, I want similar to what the Apple store looks like.
Okay.
So this is one of the store, and this is one of the store.
You can scroll down a bit. You can see the images.
You guys are able to see this?
No, it's only still. I don't think any movement is there. Like, yeah, now it's Monica Organic.
Right. Again, you see this typical social seller images.
Yeah. Not very high quality, basic images and all.
Yeah.
Because photography itself takes a lot of effort, time, and money. That's the thing.
Correct.
Yeah, Darkuna oil. Okay. I think it's a good segment you picked up where now people are like just starting up. They want to get some success to go scale it up.
Correct. Correct. So I think a lot of things are coming up. So currently, these
So
are the.
right now, like what if you have? Did you think of any affiliate model? How does it work?
So we already started that. So we have seen uh, 10 to 15 sell users have asked for a service, and we just closed one 20,000 worth deal for a user, where the user is handing over the social media account and social media promotion
Okay.
to another freelancer.
Mhm. No, I'm asking about if you have any specific affiliate model in place. Right now, if status said there are people in our community. Why I'm asking all these questions is because we are anyhow recording this session. So this recording will be shared within the community. So if anyone wants to explore your affiliate model, do you have any specific affiliate model in place, which is like anything specific terms and conditions, which are
No,
there?
it's basically we. Varalakshmi can answer this question, but I'll just take it on her behalf. If somebody wants to become an affiliate or freelancer, they have to submit basic their bio, plus the work they have done, probably a portfolio sort of thing. I think since it is from your community, I think we're gonna take it much more easier because you have already gonna give some your community is a close knit of community who has already proven themselves, right?
Mhm.
And then we will take it that. And moment we see some sort of a request is gonna come, all they have to do is once all the basic checks are done, they have to give the rate cards. For example, if it is a social media promotion
Hmm.
for these many ads, this is the cost.
Hmm.
Okay. But let's say somebody wants to handle the social media account itself,
Hmm.
who's gonna take care of the beautification of the homepage and all those things, this is the cost. So everyone they have to just give a rate card similar to Fiverr. So that
Yeah.
the user will see the rate card and the services, then he will request.
Hmm.
Until the rate card and service is not listed or only service is listed, they might not have clue around what is something that I can get from the freelancer.
Yeah. Got it. Got it, Raghav. I think we're quite there. I guess now we have like we got it answered. Most of the questions are answered. So, guys, if
Right.
anything is there, you can just put it up, and or else we can just we'll be wrapping it up. It's a good session with the basic information being covered, and I think Zupain will create some kind of a ripple in the market. I'm sure about it. It's going to be revolutionizing because there are lot of volume to play here.
Right.
Shopify and all, it's good. Shopify is, but what I like with this is like Raghav, now you're making it easy. You're trying to also integrate the social tools and all because now what's happening? Anyone who's putting a store on Shopify, they also have to spend on multiple tools to actually do marketing, do other stuff.
Right.
So that is where you're trying to figure out a gap and you're trying to come up with integrated platform.
Right.
From there, everything can happen, not just the listing. Also, marketing can happen. The marketing tools, tech part is also taken care of, and the talent and skill part also is taken care of. So that these
Right.
freelancers, whoever is working or whoever is coming on your platform, they can also understand and slowly try to figure out if they can use the ecosystem which is available inside the platform itself. Sometimes clients are
Right.
not do everything like that. So that's a good.
Now that's why I always tell this to everyone. In fact, I'll tell to investors also. DIY, which is do it yourself, is a very famous concept in Western countries. But in India, even for dyeing, right, you have to dye your hair. People don't do it DIY. They don't do it themselves. They ask, they still go to saloons or some sort of a urban ladder or someone, sorry, urban clap, or they'll come and do this. So India is never a DIY. So they at every stage they would need some hand holding. In fact, if you give 100 tool to give them access, they will not do that. They'll always look for some alternatives where humans are involved. That's why we always thought human first and tech second.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, awesome. Shashank says thanks, Govardhan and Raghav. That was a nice session. Being on WhatsApp. Yeah, Shashank, please definitely. I think your inputs can be very much valuable to Raghav because Raghav Shashank, he's been into e-commerce from quite some time, e-commerce marketing. He's a senior
Right.
guy. I think that way. I think you people interacting with each other definitely will make a lot of sense. I'm sure about
Perfect.
it.
Perfect, Sachin. Happy to connect with you.
Yeah, please do that. And thank you very much, Raghav. I think we are done with the questions. Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
So
thanks a lot.
anything is there, always feel free to ping me up. I'll try to connect you with Raghav's team, whomever is like required. So feel free to have a look at the website, like Zupain. We share that Zupain.com, or I'm not sure.
Zupain.com. I'll share.
Yeah, you can just have a look at this also, guys. Thank you very much for being patient with us. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's late night also.
Yeah, no, it's like we are common with this kind of timing, but again,
Okay.
it happens like, no, it's good that everyone is there and they're
Right.
actively listening because they're seeing something interesting. I'm sure that Zupain will do awesome. Thank you very much, Raghav, for coming on. Thank you.
Thanks, Govardhan. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Valakshmi, for arranging the session.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Purnima, for being part of the session. Thanks a lot, all the community members who had been listening to this session for long. I know this night has been long, but I believe this night has always been learning also.
Definitely, definitely. And definitely, I'll be sharing the recording with you. So you can share across with your users and I will also share across the community. Someone missed actually 20, 30, 30 plus participants are registered, 35. It happens.
Okay.
Like people don't
Yeah,
show up. That's common. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you,
that's
Purni.
fine. Thanks a lot. Thanks.